So hopefully the wind isn't killing y'all too bad here. But I want to show y'all something real quick. It irks me when I have to come back and do a second fin behind somebody. Slipped off a limb down here. Alright, you see how it's not that this is a super narrow access. It's tight, I get that. But this is the thing that aggravates me. Alright, you see where our access is out here. And then you see we have to pull this mess into this one row, funnel everything in here, and then go into the loader. That's not so much a bad thing, but I prefer to keep my accesses running into the far out corners of the set, because then you don't end up with, let me see if I can change my mode here. There we go. You don't end up with this tree here that's leaning over. I don't know if y'all can tell that from the camera. Then this tree here that's leaning over or skint real bad, it's gonna die. You don't end up with all that stuff. Watch Michael come by here. And y'all can just see, you watch him come by, you'll see how tight it is. And there's nothing about it I can do. I have to follow the same layout pattern whoever first thinned it. I have to follow their pattern. Sometimes you get lucky, and like if this access would have been really bad, I could have daylighted the road a little bit wider and put my skidders out there beside the road. But something else you look at too, and a lot of people don't think about it. All right, you see you got all this patch over here. That's got to come back up to this access, right? You see how we're roughly 80, 75 yards away from your loader. Just say this was a down row and that loader wasn't sitting there. You're going to have to skid all that wood from down there to this access, turn it, and then go to wherever you're needing it to go. That's aggravating, because you're not, if you put your access right at the corner of the set over here or by the road to where everything funnels straight into the set, you're never skidding backwards. So you're skidding this stuff from the road. I mean, in spots down there, it's over 100 yards long, because the further you go down there, I'm not sure if y'all can really see, but the daylight over here stops and it gets wider. The patch is getting wider and wider and wider. So you're easily skidding down there 100 yards backwards to this access, then up, and then turn, and then go in. When it would be just a little old short row out there by the road, or put your access directly by the road, and then all this timber gets skidded straight to the road and then straight to your loader. That's your logging 101 lesson for today. That's how you have to operate your logging job. You have to do stuff like that. You have to think like that at all times and maximize every move to make this a profitable business. Otherwise, you'll be reading about this job going out not being such a, I ain't gonna say a powerhouse. We are a pretty big company, but we wouldn't be here today if you did not constantly think and operate like that. So we did get our rain last night. We show y'all this here. This is about where, actually we were standing down there on that pile where I showed y'all how we were building the match yesterday. But we did get our rain last night. Got pretty rough. Not sure what day y'all are going to be watching this, and I bet y'all be watching this on Sunday. So happy Easter to everybody. Make sure y'all remember what today is for if y'all are watching this on Easter. It's supposed to come some more rain. We got here this morning. I had to wait on daylight before we could really get going. So we did get our rain last night, and where I was pointing at up there a minute ago, showing y'all where we were at yesterday, try and change this mode where it stops wiggling. There we go. Anyway, where I was showing y'all where we were at up there yesterday, the ground has held up. The water has really subsided from right here where we were at. I got here this morning. We couldn't do anything before daylight. Daylight got here, made a big round through the woods with my walking stick, checking the ground, seeing how hard it was poking. There was water everywhere, but it was poking really hard. They said if you can work it, we'll we'll let you work. So I was like, okay. And then that also benefited us on the thing of we just got done loading them. I'm not sure if y'all could have heard the truck just rev up. You should be able to hear that. But anyway, that's Puppy leaving with his 4th load for today instead of 3, because instead of having 10 loads, they ended up completely taking us off quota today and putting us on just wide open whatever we haul. So we ended up doing 4 rounds on 3 trucks, gives us 12 loads, and that will end us up with 67 loads in 5 days. As I've said in numerous other videos, I can't explain how proud I am of the crew. They've done a hell of a job this week. Crew, truck drivers, the trucker that's come and helped us this week, everybody's done an amazing job. But by taking the time yesterday and matting this, like I explained in a previous video, I don't know when y'all have watched it, but as I've showed y'all how this access was matted, doing that guaranteed us today's work. Luckily, I mean, it could have went to where it didn't guarantee us work, but luckily the ground in the woods held up. The access was already matted. We've continued to mat the access today, and we have now made a full day. We've ended up with 67 loads. We're gonna have an awesome week. This is why you build your accesses and you shovel like you're supposed to shovel when you need to shovel. I don't like doing this all the time, but this was very minimum effort to get us another day of work. Got the guys another day on their check. It got us all 10 loads that we were supposed to get, plus 2 extras for today. And the wood's good wood. Don't get me wrong, this is good wood. But y'all, if y'all that's been with me for a little while will go back and look, y'all will remember and see and notice that this wood is half as good as what we were staying in last summer, and we're already making volumes to match the good timber that we were staying in last summer. So hopefully everything kind of lets up and we'll be able to go back to work and really run wild with this summer and the crew that I have lined out. And if I can get trucks, there shouldn't be no reason why we should be doing, shouldn't be doing 70, 75 loads a week, every week, sparing any breakdowns and whatnot like that. But yeah, it's just real extra work paid off today. That's all I can say on that. But we're gonna walk down here and I'm gonna show y'all this access. And it don't look that bad back here behind us, and it's not bad down there. It's just it's wetter ground down there and there's more water. And I was actually over here helping cut some of these short rows a while ago for Matt to build the mats with out of the short rows like I was explaining yesterday. And Brady and Michael's been working on the long rows over here, focusing on getting wood to the loader to get production out. So I do have a surprise. I'm not sure if I'm gonna include it on this video or one after. We may try and include it with today's video stuff. We got a package in the mail. What could it be? Death. Saving the world one plastic jug, cardboard box at a time. So as we're kind of walking down here, I'll turn the camera on since we got the gimbal and y'all ain't bouncing around everywhere, and let y'all just kind of look up close at this access here and see kind of how we've got this built. We really didn't have to, let me see here, we really didn't have to overlap this stuff a whole bunch. You see, your tops are stopping about right here. The good meaty part of your tops, like you can see how they're broke out right here. And that's one of the things when you're matting your timber, is you always want to go back to, I always tell them about a Coke can size, and that's about what that one splintered off tree right there is. And you see why you want to go back that far, because that skidder, as he comes off of this wood here, it falls down off them butts and it beats a little old hole out right here. It's not really a hole right there yet, but if it was really wet, that would make a hole. And then you're basically running on no timber until you get back here. So if you overlap, if you put your butts here where this is, that makes a solid wood mat, kind of like what you see going on when it roll y'all back up here. You see how the wood is constantly connected from here to here? That's basically the same, you know, that's basically what I'm saying do. And you see the rows over here, the ground. I mean, all it's doing is just leaving the tire print on the ground. In some places it's not even doing that. This right here looks like it kind of got out of hand from them a little bit. This is not what you want to come down here and see. You see how these butts are slid way back from all these butts? This is going to be hell to pick up when it comes time to pick all this up. You watch Michael build his drag down there. Actually, he's done got it. He's trying to come up the road with it. And you'll watch how that skidder keeps trying to slide around with him. I think he's trying to fish out a piece of wood and try and kill us. You watch it skidder trying to paw its way up out of here. Got his drag of wood gathered way too far back, and it's pushing him across his axis is what is happening. And he's gonna set it down. Well, maybe he's gonna try and split it. He overloaded himself and he's got his wood grabbed way too far back. He's in a bind. Then we got this one right here trying to run from him. That one right there. But what he's gonna do now is he's gonna pull up and he's gonna get more straight with his drag, and then he's gonna back up here and re-grab it. But this is one of the downsides of shoveling like this too. Well, he's gonna try and split it. He's got that one, he's got two. See, he's fixing to blow this all up and y'all gonna get to watch it. But this is one of the downsides of doing the shoveling like this. You see how he needs to let his top boom down. He can't see me, so I can't give him any direction. And I don't have a CB to holler at him. If he put that top boom down, that thing would walk on around that tree. But it's pulling, he's got them trees, they just got the bark pulled off of them, and every time he goes up, so these are everyday problems you get to see on a logging job. Not every drag this happens, but that one tree right there is hanging him up, is the biggest thing. Brady's gonna come over here and cut it, I think. Yeah, he's gonna cut it. That's one way to rectify the problem. All right, so let's go over what just happened right there. Biggest thing, number one, the wood is slick. The bark's peeled off of it, and it's just like what it was yesterday. I was explaining to y'all it gets slick, and the skidder won't pull itself. Number two, you saw how he had his wood grabbed way back here. You see his butt's up there, and he had the wood grabbed back here. Look, Matt's fixing to do the same thing. We're gonna watch him fight it. Maybe he's gonna grab it a little bit close to the end. I can't explain to y'all the science behind it, but if you grab those butts close to the end like that, the biggest thing is you can get your booms all the way up on you. I'll leave that one there, Matt. You can get your booms all the way up on you, and it displaces a lot of the weight to the nose of the skidder, and it makes it go. It just drives. It plants the machine and it goes forward. All right, and you see how he's got his butts grabbed real close to the end there? That's what I'm talking about. You see how he didn't spin? That tree was right here, and that was what was really pulling Michael back. But he was behind from the get-go whenever he had his wood grabbed so far back. Y'all see how the ground is right here? I mean, y'all look. That's water in there. There's water in there. There's water right there. This is still some wet stuff. Y'all look at where the track cutter's been. A rubber tire machine would not be working this right here. Y'all see what the shear's done? Holy crap, look at that rat. Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, he's right there. I don't know if y'all can see that in there. You'll see right in the middle of your screen. Right there. That is a wood rat. That is a big old rat. Holy crap. Don't you come over here. I had to stomp you in the head. As long as you stay over there, me and you cool. But y'all can see it's turned into a thicket. And water, lots of water. But anyway, so that was interesting. That was unplanned. It actually looks like the ground underneath this top layer of whatever this is actually pretty good. I see lots of clay on the ground. But that was unplanned. That was completely unplanned. Y'all just got lucky and got to watch a screw up unfold. Screw ups happen all day, every day out here. That just made for some good content right there. So y'all got to watch it and got to be involved with how we fixed it. All right, guys, so it's the end of another video. There was quite a lot of excitement happening in that video. There was, got to watch Michael hang up on that tree. After looking at it and reevaluating what happened, looking back at the footage that I got, the biggest thing that messed him up was that corner tree that Brady come over and cut. That tree needed to have been cut to begin with, and that's one of the things of having a he's not a rookie by no means as far as not being on a machine. I mean, he understands how to work the machine and stuff, but it's those little things like that I always tell y'all about. It's the little things that make big differences. That's the difference in being on a machine for 13, 14 years like myself and being on a machine 6 months between my job and Dad's job, and not understanding those little things to look out for to help you or help your skidders, and overall it helps the job as a whole. But there was lots of good excitement off of that. Like I said earlier, we had a banner week, a great week. We're gonna eat something Monday, don't know what yet. Don't know if the guys are gonna want to grill or get a box of chicken or what just yet, but we're gonna do something Monday where we have some kind of lunch. Probably have breakfast next week sometime too. Run to McDonald's and get some biscuits. What y'all reckon about that? Anyway, we got my load total in for next week. Next week looks good. Not as good as this week. They're starting me off at 55 loads. Hopefully y'all be watching this on Sunday or Monday. But we should be we are starting off with 55 loads next week, and we're gonna have all 3 trucks again next week. The kicker to next week is my Mark Hoe loads are on a daily quota. I can only haul 9 a day in there, and then unlimited to my PCA mill. So we'll moderate out what we need to moderate out and try and get as much of the PCA in early in the week and get our Mark Hoe in as need be. But we'll work that out next week together. Y'all come back next week, we'll work all that out, or tomorrow, whenever next week starts. But this is being filmed on Friday, if y'all hadn't figured it out yet. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all the support so very much. As I say all the time, I really do. I really do appreciate the support. Somebody made a comment on, I can't remember if it would have been Friday's video or Thursday's video, but the comment alluded to glad to see a YouTuber not just being worried about views and the money that it's making. And I really try to keep it that way, to where I'm not, I mean, yeah, that stuff matters, but if I'm not getting y'all quality, entertaining content to watch, all that other don't matter. First, well, that should be actually second. First and foremost is my message for the forestry industry and logging as a whole. Think we're in a better spot right now with the economy than what most people, most industries are, and we're very thankful for that. We're very appreciative to get the opportunity to work the timber and stuff like we get to work. I mean, we know we get good wood, and we do appreciate the good wood that produces the good load counts like we got this week. But not all of this week's wood was good, if y'all remember the D-Lemon video. But anyway, y'all make sure y'all go check out the American Logging Council and look at their message that they're pushing, and the Louisiana Loggers Association, Louisiana Logger Council. Check out all those places if you get some free time. Just Google them. They'll come up pretty easy. They have Facebook pages and whatnot. They are trying to work for loggers in Louisiana, and the American Logging Council, they work for loggers as a nationwide, entity. So y'all check those guys out if y'all have time. That's my biggest thing with the YouTube channel here, is I want to bring awareness and light to forestry as a whole. Forestry's been my life. It wasn't my first choice of career path, but after being in it for a few years and really developing a passion and a love for it, I'm proud to say that I am a logger, and even prouder to say I'm a 3rd generation logger. I guess technically you could go as far back and say I was 4th, even though my great grandpa wasn't a logger full time. He logged seasonally. So, but 3 full time. I'm the 3rd full time generation logger in my family, and I'm proud to say that. And I kind of hope my son is, even though as tough as this is, I hope he goes to college to get some type of degree or a trade in the forestry industry. Maybe not so much owning a logging job, but I do hope my kids follow in the logging industry, the forestry industry. It's a stressful living. It's hard on the body and everything else, but it's a very humbling living. So anyway, guys, as I was saying, I really appreciate all the support. Make sure y'all go hit that like button for me, smash it, whatever you want to do. Let's get the just pump back up. Just get ready. Oh yeah, let's go. It's almost quitting time. I drank some coffee. Let's go. Anyway, smash that like button, subscribe for me, hit that bell on the notification thing, the little bell right beside the subscribe button. Hit that bell so you get notified anytime I post a video, a picture, I go live, anything I do on the channel, you will see it. So go hit that bell. Make sure you get notifications turned on. And share us. Share me around everywhere. Put me on Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat. Share me everywhere. Sharing and liking the video and subscribing help a bunch. And don't forget to go down in the comments down below and leave me a comment. Tell me how your day went. Tell me how your Easter's going. Tell me what your plans are for Easter. Even though we're all stuck at home, you can still get, you know, a couple family members over and, and y'all can hang out and dye eggs with the kids or whatever you do, church stuff, whatever your family may do for tradition on Easter, maybe a small barbecue or something like that. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all all so much. Subscribe, like the video, share me, leave me a comment, and until tomorrow, catch y'all next time.